Are you frustrated that you are not able to create or design images for your social media that stand out? Don't worry, I've been there. And let me tell you one thing, that you don't need any degree in design or any knowledge with Photoshop to get started. All you need is some creativity and a basic understanding of these 5 design principles to get started. So let me show you how it's done. You need 3 things before you start watching this video. A free tool Canva, which is free for everyone, and then some creativity, and of course to watch this video till the end. Now, as the design is all about visuals, all the principles will have some common methods by which they can make the design look more appealing. Some common methods being the use of color, type, size, etc. Now let's talk about our very first principle of graphic design, that is alignment. Now you might have come across alignment at some point in your life, maybe while creating a dock or maybe while creating a deck. What alignment does is, it allows our eyes to see order and to seamlessly flow through the visual message. A book is a perfect example of alignment. Moving on to our second principle of graphic design, that is repetition. Repetition is simply the process of repeating elements throughout a design. Think of repetition as consistency. Consistency can make brands memorable. You can tell that this bottle is from Coke just by looking at it, as they have been using the same fonts and colors and similar shapes of bottles from a long time. Now let's take this example where the square elements are repeated similar to the tiles in our homes. Imagine how a floor would look if each of the tile is different. Horrible, right? Exactly. In web design, it makes a hell lot of difference, as the headlines, subheadlines, icons, fonts, colors have been used repetitively, and it enhances the user experience. Now going back to our square example, did you see any difference? Yes, that's right. The yellow square grabs our attention right away. This is the magic of contrast, which is our third principle of design. Trust is just more than opposites like black and white or large and small. It adds visual interest and emphasizes the important aspect of the design and directs the user's eyes to that point. Now, contrast can be utilized in different ways with size, type, and color. As you can see in this image, the images are in contrast with the black background. So that's where the point where our eyes catches the attention. Now, after the images, our eyes goes to maybe the headline or maybe the rounded circle in the bottom right corner, and then finally the CTA. So that's how contrast is utilized in ad images or maybe social media posts to give important emphasis on any particular image or any particular element of the design. Now the next principle of design is something you all might be familiar with, and that is hierarchy. Consider a family tree or maybe a hierarchy in your company or a food chain in the forest. You get the point, right? It is a way to rank the information you are consuming. Using hierarchy, we can control how a user engages with the information and to ensure that it is directed and digested in the way it is intended. Now let's take an example of hierarchy. Now as you can see in this image, the large size and contrast of the white text on the green background help us see the headline as the most important element first. We immediately read and understand how it can help you create e-commerce websites easily. Next, we see a strong number to build authenticity, and then a CTA with a free trial option to build your curiosity and to make you read more. Now moving on to our final principle of design, that is balance. Now balance adds stability, creates structure, creates dynamics, and creates emphasis on the design. Balance in design can be obtained in two simple ways. First is asymmetrical balance and then the symmetrical balance. Now symmetrical balance is basically the mirror image. Just draw an imaginary line in the center and whatever elements are on the right has to be on the left as well. Now asymmetrical balance is something which is just opposite to symmetrical balance, and it can be a bit challenging to design. Now let's take this example where, as you can see, the vector in the design is a large singular design element, and then in the top left are the other small elements to finishing and completing the balance of the design in an asymmetrical way. Now that we are clear with the graphic design principles, now let's move on to the tool and let me show you how you can create stunning images and you can use these graphic design principles to create images for your audience.
So first of all, log in into your Canva account, and if you don't have an account, just create one for free and I'll meet you inside. So here we are on Canva dashboard, and as you can see, there is a wide range of things that it can design. You can either use the pre-made templates from here or can create a new one from scratch, which we will be doing in this video. So click on social media and there you will see Instagram posts. So we are right on canvas for designing your first post. But before going into the actual design, here's a pro tip that you should choose the colors and fonts that you want to use in the design. That way we'll make sure all aspects are cohesive from start to finish. Before showing you how you can choose colors for your design, let's first take a look at what we'll be creating in this video. So suppose I want to create this post where it lists out various color palettes that anyone can use in their design. So the idea is to have a text and an image of a lady pointing towards the text. So let's do that and choose our colors first. Choosing colors can seem daunting, but Adobe has this awesome thing called Adobe Color Wheels. Just click on trends and it will show you various areas from which you might want to choose colors. So for this video we'll look into graphic design. I personally like dark theme design, so we'll choose something like black and red combination. So this looks perfect for our design and I'll choose these colors. And as you can see, you have 5 different colors you can choose from, and the hex code is also given along with them. So you can just click on it and copy. The hex code will be copied, and then you can go back to your Canva dashboard and you can just paste that hex code, and that color will reflect over here. For this video, I have chosen this particular color palette, but make sure that you are choosing yours accordingly so that you can use them in future as well, and that will make your feed look more consistent. So I would recommend that you use these colors throughout your Instagram post so that it maintains that consistency and it makes your brand more memorable. So now let's get into our design. Now, as I mentioned, I want to create a post that shows different color palettes. I can keep the headline as something like stunning color palettes. So let's just add that. I'll click on text and add a heading. I'll just put the heading as stunning color palettes. This looks better. And as I mentioned that I want my designs to be more on the darker side, so I'll just first of all give it a black background. So I'll just do that. I'll go to elements, and if you are not able to find a rectangle here, just search here and it will show you the different elements. Just click enter and you can find the rectangle here. Just click it, drag it to fit the canvas and position it to back. It's already in the back, so we don't have to do that, and we can choose this color. So just paste the hex code here and your color will be implemented in the canvas. Now that our text is not visible, we'll have to make it white first of all. So let's just make it white. To make it look more appealing, we can just make the stunning to some other color. Maybe this red looks perfect for it. So I'll just go here and paste the hex code again, go over a bit on the brighter side, and as you can see, it's looking much better now. Now, as I mentioned that I want to add one more image to the design. For adding images, you can choose free images, free stock images, which you can find on some platforms like Freepik is one of them, and I'll mention the other resources in the description of this video down below. And maybe woman pointing finger, something like this. I have already downloaded the relevant image as in to save time. This is just to show you that you can find more images, a wide range of images here on Freepik, and I'll just go and I've already imported that image, and I'll just drag and drop that image here on our canvas. So I have dragged and dropped it on here. I just clicked it and it's showing our first image on the canvas. But as you can see that the white background of this image is messing up with our black background. We'll have to remove the background so that it looks better on our black background. And here's my pro tip and a tip of lifetime. Just go to Spark, Adobe Spark. Just search for Adobe Spark and just go to Adobe Spark homepage. There you will see features. Just click on remove background, upload your photo, and voila, your background is removed. You can just download it and import it in your Canva. Import that image. As you can see, the image is already imported. You can just flip it so that it points towards left, and you can just crop it to fit in properly. This looks perfect. Now you can resize it as per your wish. I'll bring it just about here so that it looks more appealing. We can add a nice gradient background that will make it look more appealing. So let's do that. Just to show you, I'll go to Google and search for gradients PNG so that you have a transparent PNG. Just click on images and you can just use any of those images that you want to use in your design, and I think this looks perfect for me as of now. Just click on the image and just save as PNG, save images, and this image will be saved on desktop. I'll just import it into Canva again. I've already imported it, so I'll just click on it and it's imported in our canvas. Just go to position again, send it to back. This gradient background is messing up our text readability, so what we can do is we can blur it out and reduce the transparency so that it makes more sense and it looks more easy on the eyes. Somewhere around 30% looks fine, so I'll just leave it at that, and I can just resize the gradient background somewhere around here, and maybe we can flip it as well. This looks perfect. So now that we have our text and our image ready along with the gradient background, you can experiment with it as much as you want. So let's just add maybe your image and your designation, and maybe add an email to your post so that maybe some potential client might want to get in touch with you. So let's just do that. For adding an image into your post, just go to elements and drag and drop in from frames. Drag and drop. You can use any frames you want in your design. There are different kind of frames that you want to use. I'll use the circle, the basic one as of now, just to show you, and you can just place it over here. And now just upload your image. Go to and upload your image, and you can drag and drop that image just about here so that it fits in perfectly inside the circle. Just to show you, I've used any image that I've already uploaded. You can use yours and upload it here. I'll just add in some text as well. I'll just add in my name and my designation, as we mostly do in our signatures. So that's that. I have already added that, and maybe we can reduce the size to somewhere around here, and it looks fine. So as you can see, it's already looking much better. Now what we can do is we can just copy this signature and paste it at the bottom as well. Somewhere around here looks fine, and then you can just copy paste it and add your email, as I mentioned, so that some potential client might want to get in touch with you. So just add your email as well. You can experiment with it as much as you want. I think we can add 2 or 3 more things to this design. First of all, I'll just reduce the line spacing to somewhere around 1.1 so that the text is much closer. Now you can add maybe one logo on the top. The sky is the limit, and you can do as much as you want. You can experiment with it as much as you want and see what works best for you. So one final thing that is remaining is, I think I'll add one icon as per our heading, so that our icon and our text are in sync, and it will make our design look much more better. Just so for icons, I'll go to flaticon.com. I'll search for color palettes, and there we have it, various icons for color palettes, and I think this one looks better. So I'll just download it. Once that is downloaded, I'll import it into Canva and just import it here, and I'll just resize the icon as per our text, and I'll bring it somewhere around here so that it looks much better. You can even blur it out if you don't want to give it much attention, but I think this looks perfect. Here we have our very first design. So give a pat on your back that you have created your very first design in Canva without any difficulties. Now, as I mentioned, that you can experiment with it as much as you want. And once you feel that the design is good to go, you can just go here and download either the PNG or the JPEG file and just download it, and it will be saved onto your system. I hope you found this video useful. Do give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Stay safe and I'll see you in the next video.